So that's all I had to say from my side. Do you have any concluding comments or feedback to give from your side? We still have 10 to 15 minutes. So they could be positive comments, they could be negative comments. Any constructive criticism would be welcomed, especially. And so this is also the first time that I'm teaching this course. So definitely, if I had to teach this course again, I would probably do it in a do it in an improved way. So we are aware of many of the limitations of the way we covered things, but we would still like to hear from you what you felt.
Hello, sir. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, sir. Sir, I had a very good learning from your classes. It was actually one of my first online classes ever I've attended, and the way you took the class was really interesting because more information was given to us. So sometimes it was a bit too much to take, but it's necessary for us to push us a bit out of our comfort level. But it was really good. I actually learned a lot of things, and the way you taught me was you were always creating that innovative ideas in my mind. You were asking us how this works, how that works. So you are actually triggering our instincts that to think in a positive way, because most of the times we learn from books and we implement them. But sometimes I felt that you would just ask us how it works. So naturally we would come out with solutions. So that actually gave me a positive feeling in myself that I could do a lot of things. No, that is the one thing that no, I learned a lot. And
Okay.
the way the
So yeah,
classes.
I would like to, thanks for your comment. I would just like to say a couple of points regarding what you said. So I understand that the pace may not have been comfortable for some of you. At the beginning, I think some of you were thinking the pace was too slow. I don't know. In the second half of the course, we speeded up our pace, and I did so deliberately because uh, we always had this in mind that as long as we are able to cover things that are relevant, because we are putting the video lectures online, if you missed something in class, you can always go back and see the videos offline, right? So that was one of the important things which made us speed up, because I mean, I hope that those of you who do not or did not understand, stuff directly in the class, um, won't mind that, because you know we had to go fast in order to cover these relevant topics. And if you look at the syllabus of the information retrieval course, we actually didn't end up doing all the topics which they do in 1 quarter over there. So they just have 18 or 19 lectures, and they have like one chapter every lecture. You can imagine what pace that must be. We went much slower in this particular course, but it may still have been fast for those of you who are not used to this kind of a subject, or who may not have the requisite background to do it. Some of you may not have had the background from algorithms, or topics like dynamic programming, B trees, hash tables, and all. But I hope you realize that these topics are actually used in other fields like information retrieval, databases, and so on. So if you didn't take them as seriously as you should have in your data structures or algorithms course, I hope you'll use this opportunity to go back and learn those topics as well. The other thing I wanted to say about your comment um, was that it's important not just to learn the system the way it is today. So one of the nice approaches that the Stanford course takes is you're not learning just about a single search engine like Google. You're learning about a general system, a general information retrieval or a web data mining system. And at every stage you have these design choices. Okay, you may have noticed that we had multiple solutions often for different problems, and we almost never had a scenario where I said that this is the solution that will work in all applications. Okay, there are always trade-offs to make, and as you think more and more about these trade-offs, which I hope you did throughout the course, it will help you develop some kind of an engineer mindset, where when you tackle a new system, you will ask some of these questions before you make design choices. So in order to design a system, you have to make choices, and I hope you were able to see why certain choices were made in certain contexts in search engines, and why the same choices may not have been good in other contexts like in desktop search or enterprise search. So I would say that's also one of the overall themes of this course, how to see these different solutions as particular design choices that help us achieve certain goals, and there are always trade-offs. So you always have to make a trade-off. So yeah, any other comments? Thanks for your
Yes. So,
yeah.
so I would like to say it was a privilege having this class. I mean, so all the topics were covered so brilliantly. I mean, I got the exact answers that I wanted, and thank you, sir. Just
Okay, thank you for your appreciation. Uh, it was enjoyable for me also because th- frankly, I mean, in the industry, you won't be doing so many, you won't be tackling the whole system, right? You'll be tackling only a small part of the system. So it was an opportunity for me also to learn a more broader, to get a broader view of web data mining systems, so that I can do my own work better, and also if I have to do something else, at least I'll be thinking about the whole system.
yes,
So
sir. Yes, I loved the way you teach, sir. It was really amazing. Thank you, sir.
okay, thank you.
So my name is Andrew. So as far as negative feedback is concerned, I don't know whether I could consider it as a negative point or not. But as far as an online lecture is concerned, I'm not sure whether having a class with huge numbers is advisable or not, because it might get difficult for everyone to follow at the same time, and for like to be able to interact with you at a more frequent level than you would have expected.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then that could also be considered, like, if required.
Yeah, so it's a downside definitely. So I would say that if you had a teacher there to teach the same subject in the same way, then definitely a face-to-face course is better than doing an online course where the instructor is at a distance. So that is definitely one of the downsides of online classes. The way we try to compensate for that a little, okay, we may not have been able to do it completely, but a little bit can be compensated for by making sure that you had the recordings of the lectures, so that if you were not able to follow something, you could revisit the lecture as many times as you wanted, so that um, you could come on the same page as others if by chance you lag behind. I used to have that experience at IIT. It's not that I followed many. In fact, I think I probably used to follow maybe 30 or 40% of the lecture on an average for different courses. um, but and in those days, we didn't even have these recorded lectures, so it was more difficult that way. So we've tried to make it easier for you by having the same recordings available to you to compensate for that. As for the personal interaction, yeah, definitely it's a downside of online classes. And one so this was the first class that I taught online. So if I had to teach the same class again, or if I had to teach another class, I would think, based on this experience, I would probably think of doing it a little differently so that we could add something more that's more personalized for different people. So one of the things about this AI class that I mentioned and the other two classes is they are claiming to be personalized. Okay, but the way they're doing it is again by having these recordings available so that you can watch the videos at your own pace. And whether or not this kind of format succeeds or not is not clear. But if you want to try it out, you could do that. So I would say that, keeping in mind the downsides, not saying that there are no downsides, maybe you want to look at it more from the perspective that you ended up doing something which you probably did not have an opportunity to do face to face anyway. So I think learning the subject online is better than not learning it at all. Although the best case is learning the subject in a face to face way. So that is the ideal scenario. You know, the next best alternative, I think, is to learn it through these online lectures, even if it's a little more depersonalized.
So there's another thing that we'd like to mention here.
Hmm.
So the format is that it's an online class, which is okay with us, but the evaluation pattern that we have, I mean, to some extent, I think since you are the faculty in charge of the course, the evaluation or the setting of the question should come from your end, because the kind of paper that could come could be a little less coming from like a mechanism where you're just asking questions and expecting an subjective answer, but something which is not so theoretical, but more evaluative, in the sense that you're able to judge how much you are able to understand.
So what did you think about the 3 questions we did today?
I think that was great, because everything that we did in theory, we actually had a good practice of it, and we'd like it if this kind of session would happen more for the next classes, upcoming classes.
Okay.
Or if it would have happened previously.
Yeah, so I think that was certainly one element missing, because usually courses like these have problem sessions also. Problem sessions are usually not taken by lecturers in universities. Usually they're taken by teaching assistants. But then, you know, having a teaching assistant assumes that, you know, that the faculty is in the same university, the teaching assistant is working closely with the faculty, and, you know, there's good synchronization between the two. And likewise, you know, correction of the papers is also something that is done by the teaching assistants mostly, although professors sometimes do part of it. But what we'll definitely do is we will set the final paper ourselves. Okay, so the final will be set by us, and you can expect questions of the same quality as you saw in the 3 problems that we did. And I mean, if it's absolutely required, we could have something like a doubt session, or, you know, practice more problems for your exam. It all depends on, you know, whether things work out in a convenient way for both of us.
Sir?
Yeah.
Rakesh here, sir.
Yeah. Hi, Rakesh.
I would like to conclude the class today.
Okay.
This is one of the first kind of online class we had for everyone here. It's like 70 to 80 people here. It's the first experience for us here. It's really wonderful, sir, being a part of this online class. We learned many new things, and also even though I was going through many other videos like Stanford's, and the only difference what I felt was there the board was there, and that thing was there, but that thing was missing here. But still, you use the digitizers that was still better. And I don't say that we gave 100% here. So, but still, whatever we were able to get it, we made sure that we got it. So, and also the recorded lectures were really helpful to come to the pace.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that from experience, because, you know, I've been a student myself, and that's actually one of the reasons why we felt it was really important to make the recorded lectures available, because that definitely helps if somebody loses track of what's happening in the class. So thank you for your comments. And
thanks a lot, sir.
Yeah, and I would again emphasize that we had this totally offline lecture on association rules, so don't forget to watch that lecture. That was a topic we did not cover. Yeah.
Sir, I wanted to, sir, I love you, sir. I'm a big fan. Thank you.
Okay. Hopefully, we'll continue meeting online. Yeah.
So one more thing, sir.
Yeah.
Are there any opportunities for us to work with you as a research fellowship, something internship or something like that?
Well, unfortunately, I work in the industry, so uh, that may be a little hard. But I mean, if we are able to continue doing other courses with you, I mean, there are definitely other courses that we could do: social networking analysis, e-commerce, and my main research area was computational genomics. It was more of computational biology than data mining. So that, I mean, I could give you some problems to do in human evolutionary genetics and all, but I don't think that's something you want to do, right? You're looking for opportunities in data mining. So yeah, it may be hard for me to give you problems because I work in the industry. Had I been a faculty member, that could have been possible.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.